She sat on the edge of her bed, staring at the shadows stretching across the walls. Outside, the night was quiet, no cars, no voices, just the soft rustle of wind in the trees. The world was asleep, but inside her chest, something restless stirred. Loneliness often grew louder after dark. She wondered, not for the first time, how to make herself feel better. The question echoed like a whisper in an empty room. No one had truly held her for years, not since her mother passed, not since the warmth of another human being wrapped around her and reminded her she wasn't alone. She pulled the worn blanket tighter around her shoulders, her body cold in a way sweaters couldn't fix. Then, with a breath that felt like surrender, she got up and walked to the closet. Behind stacks of boxes and forgotten clothes, she found it, her old teddy bear, a little dusty, a little worn, but it still had that tiny heart stitched to its chest. She cradled it in her arms like something sacred, then sat down again, hugging it tightly. She spoke, not out loud, but in that quiet way people do when they're speaking to something deeper, to her body, to her soul, to the little girl inside who had waited so long. "I'm sorry," she whispered into the bear's fur. "I should have held you sooner." She imagined her mother's arms, soft, warm, always there. She tried to recreate it, pulling the bear close, letting herself cry, letting her breath stutter and her chest heave. But memory is only an echo, and sometimes echoes aren't enough. In the silence that followed her tears, she felt something shift, not outside, inside, like a candle flickering to life in a long abandoned room. She stood in front of the mirror, eyes swollen but clear, and looked at herself fully for the first time in what felt like years. She placed a hand over her heart. "I'm here," she told herself, "and that's enough to begin." From that night forward, she gave herself the love she had longed for. Every evening, a whispered encouragement. Every night, a gentle hand to her own cheek. She walked through the world a little taller, because she had learned the most powerful kind of hug doesn't always come from someone else. Sometimes, the hug that saves you is the one you give yourself.